I'm Ethan Colangelo. I'm a Canadian-based dance artist, currently living in Montreal, and I'm here making a new work for NDT 2. I guess as a typical Canadian, my first interest and passion was snowboarding, and somehow, maybe through the momentum and twists and turns of it all, that led me to an interest of discovering ballet, and then that trajectory led me towards Juilliard, which is where I started the beginnings and seeds of choreography. I had a real hunger for it and an interest for it, I think, from a young age. Even though I wasn't choreographing, I was always super interested in film. So I guess my first introduction to making work was video editing from a very young age. I remember being 10 years old, being on my laptop and just trying to piece together musical ideas with images, with small little clips of just everyday walks of life or nature. And I always had this interest of creating a world and connecting ideas of sound, of image, and of movement to build something weird and abstract and exciting for myself. And I think when I found dance, when I could start to do that on other people's bodies, is when choreography became extremely, extremely exciting. How I make work can often be inspired by film in the sense that I have this storyboarding method that I start with, where I kind of storyboard different scenes, ideas, images, visual landscapes in space that then inspire how the movement can kind of be inserted into that. I always start with collaboration with my composer, Ben Waters, and for this production I'm also working with a composer, Hologram, who's based in Montreal. And I think sonically, I'm always interested in talking about the themes and then seeing what that produces in terms of sound. We started with this idea of escapism, so where people go to absolve themselves from the daily anxieties or stresses. And we came up with this really often being nightlife culture, rave culture. So the piece is kind of revolving around this idea of a dystopian rave. Certain physicalities that we draw from dance music, from relationships, from environments that exist inside that world, and abstracting those ideas and pulling it apart and trying to connect it to a dance form. So we came up with these three kind of movement ideas. One about compression or implosion, which is related to, being suffocated or pushed around by a crowd. The next being moving from a place of an external force, so whether that's perpetuated from the music, from the environment that you're in, or from a specific person. And then the third being meditation and breath. And that came from this idea of needing a moment to be alone, to breathe, to be away from the craziness of it all. Christina Neifler, the scenographer, came up with this idea of a set design that exists in the space that is a copper installation that is very hard but also very malleable. And it relates to these dualities that I want to play with inside the work of showing the body in human form and then showing it in very deconstructed and kind of grotesque abstract form, and then playing with opposite ideas such as moments of euphoria and then moments of anxiety, moments of meditation, moments of chaos, moments of stillness, moments of a lot of movement. So this contrast that exists inside the scenography of it being a hard structure yet very malleable is something that really excited me and wanted me to provoke in the body. I was incredibly honored and humbled to receive the invitation from Emily Molnar. And it's been such a joy to work with dancers who are so eager, so willing, and so capable. I think the caliber and the level of curiosity, sophistication, and just power in these dancers at NDT2 has been quite a dream as a choreographer to be able to collaborate with. It's also been surreal in ways because Jermaine Spivey is here. And he is someone who is very much a hero of mine, not just as a choreographer, but as a dancer. So to be able to share the program with him and also see his work and interact with him in a way that I've been able to has been very inspiring and, again, very surreal in many ways. Being on the younger side of the spectrum as a choreographer is a beautiful thing, but can also be a stressful thing. I think it provides a really awesome ability to be in this transient place where I'm still developing myself as an artist, having the ability to come here and be with people who are similar in age, similar in questions, curiosities, and ideas, creates this really nice connection.